Hello, 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 everybody. So, I know I put on YouTube. I know I put on Instagram like last minute that I was gonna come on YouTube and I was going to share my number one weight loss tip. So I always get like a bunch of DMs and stuff like that. People always asking me like, "Well, what do you do to lose weight?" or "What's your tip?" or "What's the best thing to do?" and so on and so forth. And don't get me wrong, like action is very important. So walking, working out, eating good, and everything like that is very, very important. But what I would say that a lot of people miss is being conscious. It's very, very, very important to be conscious. You want to be conscious of everything. You want to be conscious of what you eat. You want to be conscious of the people that you surround yourself with. You want to be conscious of your water intake. You want to be conscious of all of those things. And I say that that's the number one tip because a lot of people miss it. Once you bring it to the forefront and you realize that it's an issue or you realize that something is a problem, now you're able to fix it. But if you don't see it as an issue, then you're never going to be able to fix it. So I was not conscious of the things that I ate. So eating for me was like a fly by night kind of thing. It was like, oh, okay, I'm hungry. Oh, there's McDonald's. Let me go to McDonald's. Or, oh, there's another fast food restaurant. Let me go here real quick. But I wasn't conscious of the things that I was consuming and what those things were doing to my body. So again, back to consciousness, we want to talk about being conscious of your water intake. So the amount of water that you drink is also very important. But if you want to get a little bit deeper than that, be conscious of the things that you are viewing daily. So a mistake that I made when I first started this journey was I went on Instagram and I was about to say YouTube, but I did that too. But I went on Instagram and I went and followed all the fitness pages that I could find. Like every single last one of like anything that had anything to do with squats, anything that had anything to do with healthy eating, any of those things. And I know all of you all have heard the term like you are what you eat, right? But that's consumption in all areas. So when I was on social media, I was looking at people who had never been overweight, never even hit the 200s before, who had went from skinny to built a booty. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at people who weren't able to identify, who I couldn't identify with, not who couldn't identify with me, but I was looking at people who I wasn't able to identify with. I followed a lot of celebrities who openly had like cosmetic surgeries and stuff, which had altered their body. And me, on the other hand, I'm looking at these bodies and I'm wishing that I could look like that. Like those were goals for me. So when I say be conscious of your consumption, when you're viewing certain things, how does it turn around and make you feel? And how does it make you view yourself? Which is very, very important. Because along this journey, like I became more in tune with my body. And when you start a journey, or if you on a journey, you ever been on a weight loss journey, you do get more in tune with your body. Because as you working out muscles that you probably ain't never worked before. I know I could say that on my own terms. I don't know about y'all, but I can. So I started off working muscles I had never worked. So I'm getting home and I'm super sore, but I'm looking and I'm hoping that eventually maybe I could look like one of these girls or one of these women that are on social media who I couldn't necessarily identify with. And I wasn't conscious of those things. I didn't think about it. So it's like as I was going through this journey, I'm trying to figure out like why deep down inside I don't feel happy with everything that I have achieved. So fast forward, for those of you all who know me or, know a bit about me, I've lost 171 pounds. And it took me 2 years to lose 169 pounds. And then I turned around and gained some weight or whatever because I got comfortable, life happened, so on and so forth. But I lost my consciousness and I wasn't conscious of what I was looking at on social media. I lost my consciousness of trying to please other people. I lost my consciousness of just being happy with me. So it's very, very, very important to just remember that at the end of the day, any weight loss journey, any fitness journey, I don't even want to call it a weight loss journey, but any fitness journey, it all begins with you. And when it begins with you, you have to remember that you have to be conscious of how you feel. You have to be conscious of the things that you do. Be conscious of the people that you surround yourself with. How do they fill your cup up, and how are you filling your cup up? Weight loss for me, or this journey for me, or exercise for me became therapeutic. I was able to get in tune with myself. I was able to get in tune with my likes, my dislikes. Again, like I said, I got more in tune with my body because I felt muscles that I hadn't worked. And as I continuously got into working out, and as I got more comfortable with working out, and I started to actually love it and like it, I really was able to grasp that muscle mind connection that people always talk about. And again, that brings things back to being conscious to who you are. So I didn't want to make this a super long video. Most people look for you to kind of state the obvious, or sometimes I feel like people are looking for a secret. But the only secret that I can really give you is that at the end of the day, it's about what you're looking at, what you're projecting, and what you're receiving. And maybe I should clear that up. I am going to clear that up because that didn't come out super clear. So that's like the downside to doing like live videos, is that you got to be clear with everything that you say. But I wasn't conscious of, again, what I was viewing, what I was seeing. I wasn't thinking about the food that I was eating. And it wasn't until I stopped eating meat not too long ago was when I realized how important consciousness was. Because when you're hungry and you out and about and you don't eat, like you eat meat, it's easy to find things. But because I did not eat meat, it brought consciousness to me that, dang, just vegetables or things that aren't cooked in like any type of animal byproduct aren't easy to come by. So I gave you that example just so you can kind of like see what I mean when I say, like, people always say that healthy eating isn't like as accessible. And in a way, it's kind of true. Or maybe it's not that it's not accessible. It's not very cost effective. However, it's not cost effective, but when you think about the long term things and what it's going to do for you in the long run, when you do put the right things into your body, it makes a difference. And again, that's going back to remembering why you started, and remembering that at the end of the day, if you're on a journey continues. A journey never ever stops. And your consciousness is gonna always continue to rise. It's gonna continue to grow. You're gonna always start learning new things about yourself. You're gonna start developing new skills. You're gonna start developing new things that you like. You're gonna meet new people and you're gonna do new things. But all of those things are important because it builds up to where you're supposed to be, or it's gonna help you get to where you want to be. So I realized in being conscious that I love people. Like, I love to be around people. So the easiest way for me to stick with things was to go to classes. So I started going to different like fitness classes, and I would work out with groups. And I thought all of those things were fun. And it held me accountable in a lot of different ways. But again, it made me conscious of the things that I like. I realized that I always knew that I was a social person. But because I'm so sociable, a fitness class worked for me because I was able to be around a bunch of people. So it wasn't about the workout anymore. It became about the energy that I received from them. But if it weren't for me taking that step to like go in that direction and start doing those things, I never would have had the opportunity to realize that. So I definitely hope that this helps. And I just want to remind everybody that at the end of the day, it's all about being conscious with the things that you're eating, the things that you're consuming, mentally, spiritually, physically. All of that is very important. Don't ever forget it. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. And I promise my videos are going to get better. You know, I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing, and I'm not going to lie, this makes me kind of nervous. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any other questions, I will be more than happy to answer them. If you send me any like DMs on Instagram and I have not responded, I promise you I am getting to them. Again, I love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon, and bye.